So let me tell you what the petition to CHRAJ was. It was a petition for an investigation into state funds paid to JNS Talent Center Limited by the Controller and Accountant General's Department and the National Cathedral of Ghana pursuant to Article 218 of the 1992 Constitution, among other reliefs. Ibrahim Alhassan is head of political desk and he joins me in studio. We'll look at the recommendations of CHRAJ and then particularly with regards to procurement bridges. IB, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Hope you're good too.
Well, we can't complain. We're all fired up for the elections, aren't we?
Most definitely. 11 days away.
I know. Let's look at the recommendations of CHRAJ. And one of the key interests in those recommendations is the procurement breaches. If you can.
Yes. So you touched on JNL.
Yes.
Yes. And of course, so let's stay on that for a while longer. Yes, some monies were advanced to the coffers of the National Cathedral from this entity that has been traced to Reverend Kusi Boateng, who is the secretary to the Board of Secretariat. Yes, so per the outcome of the investigations by CHRAJ, indeed, this was a loan that was given to the Secretariat, which was duly paid back. And so on that score, the report of CHRAJ says conflict of interest could not be established. Nonetheless, there was no record of this transaction. So minutes of the meeting that arrived as this decision.
But how do you grant a loan to a facility without a penning down?
And that was not the only thing. In fact, CHRAJ reports paints a picture of things being done informally, and that per the accounts of those individuals who were invited from the National Cathedral Secretariat, they had agreed that they were not going to take minutes. And CHRAJ has wondered why that agreement was reached. So there's a recommendation there for a crash course into good management or corporate governance processes to be given to the members of the National Cathedral.
After it's been cited?
Yes, that there's a recommendation that they should be given proper training as to how records should be kept and how to exhibit some good corporate governance tendencies. So that's it with the loan. And of course, so we'll come to the procurement breaches. First of all, the CHRAJ report has established that the National Cathedral project is a state project.
It is no longer a promise, and so somebody
being privately funded and what have you. No, it's a state project. And once it's a state project, if there's any contract that is expected to be awarded, then the Public Procurement Authority must come in. As at the time the Rebadi contract was being awarded, the Public Procurement Authority had not been involved, right?
Okay.
And so that contract has then been flagged per this CHRAJ report as an illegality.
But if it's my worry is if it is a state project.
Yes.
How then do you bypass the Public Procurement Authority?
That is the issue that is being flagged by the CHRAJ report specifically. And as a result, CHRAJ recommends prosecution of all members of the Board of Trustees. And for the avoidance of doubt, because some of them have actually resigned, I will take you through the list as reproduced by CHRAJ, so you know as to whether those who resign from the board are still complicit in this or not, of course. And so it talks about the fact that this call for investigations and subsequent prosecution, if necessary, is directed at the members of the Board of Trustees of the National Cathedral who were members as at 2021, and Dr. Paul Opoku-Mensah, Executive Director of the National Cathedral of Ghana, when the contract for the construction was awarded to Rebadi Company Limited. The trustees include Apostle Professor Opoku Onyina, chairman of the Church of Pentecost.
But as at that time, he's no longer
the chairman.
Okay, he's no longer part of the secretariat. But at the time,
yes. But in fact, he still remains as the chairman for the Board of Trustees, Professor Opoku Onyina. But he's no longer the chairman for the Church of Pentecost. He's retired in that regard, but he still chairs the Board of Trustees. And then talk about Archbishop Charles Palmer Buckle, that's Metropolitan Catholic Archbishop Cape Coast Vice Chairperson. He's still on
He's still serving in his capacity.
Yes, Reverend Bishop Justice Ofea Kofi, still there. Reverend Professor Emmanuel Manti, former moderator of the Presbyterian Church, still there. Reverend T.K. Awotwe, still there. Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, he has resigned. But at the time the contract was being awarded, he was still an active member of this particular Board of Trustees. And then Bishop Daki was Mills. He had indicated, together with Dr. Mensah Otabel, Pastor Mensah Otabel, that initially they had withdrawn. If that is established, that before this contract was awarded, they were not part, of course, the investigations will reveal that, and the decision will be made as to whether they are to be prosecuted or not. But in essence, what this particular CHRAJ report is saying is that further investigations must be done against members of the Board of Trustees, and then, if need be, they must be prosecuted. But as it stands now, the recommendation is that the contract with Rebade should be terminated.
In all of this, it automatically triggers the Office of the Special Prosecutor, because corruption and corruption-related offences have been committed. Can anyone, be it Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa himself, or even CHRAJ, or any member of the public, petition the Auditor General?
Yes, of course. Once this project has now been officially flagged by CHRAJ as a public project, then it becomes necessary for the Auditor General to also peruse the books of this particular entity, just like any other government agency, right? Mind you, government can on its own also commission, the President specifically, commission a special audit into the activities of the project. But that's exactly what CHRAJ is saying. CHRAJ is asking for further investigations into the activities and possible subsequent prosecution. But yes, to answer you directly, the Auditor General can go into the books of the National Cathedral Secretariat. Yes.
Okay. Ibrahim, thank you very much, as always.
Welcome.
So that's our head of political desk, Ibrahim.